Hayden Hedger, Master.
Drew Perry, Slave Guy. Chris Hubbs, represent North. As a slave, you either pick or be kicked.
No human should be treated with torture, even if you haven't done what your master says.
If we were to abolish slavery, the economy would crash. The blacks would be taking the whites' jobs, and it would ruin life as we know it.
Yes, we have slaves for our mills. Y'all are a bunch of hypocrites. We need to abolish slavery. Everyone needs to be equal.
We'll go bankrupt if we don't have cheap labor.
Fighting for my freedom.
Get back in your cage.
No.
Round one.
No.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with smart timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up. They were chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody knew their part. From a fainting to a slip, and a kicking from the hip. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast.
I'm sorry, master.
Don't make me bring out my big boy guns.
What are you gonna do with that? Shoot blanks?
Tired of you slaves are not doing your duty.
Not today.
Somebody call my name. I'll write it in.
Interesting facts.
Dred Scott was a slave that once lived in a slave state. His owner passed away, and he was sent to one of his owner's relatives, in which he willed Scott to. His new owner lived in a free state, but moved to a slave state. Scott went to court over this, and he lost because he had no rights.
Dred Scott's decision had an effect on the political and social gap between the North and the South, and it took the nation closer to the brink of the Civil War.
Nat Turner and his followers rebelled against slavery and ended up killing approximately 60 Europeans. This caused
Controversy
everywhere.
Turner gathered more and more supporters, growing up to a group of 40 or 50 slaves, as he and his men continued their murder spree throughout the country.
The Fugitive Slave Act was a pair of federal laws that allowed for capture and return of runaway slaves within the territory of the U.S.
The Missouri Compromise was where Missouri became a slave state while Maine became a free state. The Missouri Compromise temporarily muffled the debate over slavery in the U.S., although the abolitionist movement continued to grow in the North.
How was slavery a factor in leading to the Civil War?
Slavery was just one of the factors that caused the Civil War. Just one.
The Union and the Confederate States were the ones stirring up most of the conflict.
The northern states wanted to end slavery. They found that having slaves was an injustice thing to do to human beings, and believed that an industrial business would benefit the economy after people for the better. The northern states wanted to end slavery. They found that having slaves was an injustice thing to do to human beings and believed that an industrial business would benefit the economy after people were the better.
The southern states believed that the northern states had no right to tell them what they can or could not do. They also thought that having free slaves would better benefit the economy and people because it would allow them to save money and lessen the workload on them.
Fastback, Europeans began to protest for slaves to be freed.
Are you prepared for the bloopers?
On video.
What you gonna do? Shoot blanks?
You set the wrong birds.
Alrighty then.
I'm already started.
Get back in your cage.
I'm tired of you, slave. You're not doing your duty.
Not today.
We need to both go down at the same time, not like just keep each other in the front of the back.
Alright, we're good. You abolish slavery to everyone is recruited equally.
Our bankrupt will go.
What are you gonna do?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is for our American History class. And remember, no one gets out the battle.
Have you always been alone? Django, have you never loved again? Love will live on, life must go on, for you cannot spend your life regretting. Django, you must face another day.